Welcome in, everybody, to Summer Game Fest 2023, Day 3. We're making it through. Thank you for joining us. I am your host, Them Demo. I've got a plethora of amazing co-hosts with me today. Sortex is ready. Thanks, Sortex. I'm glad to know that you are ready. First, I'd like to kick it over to Mr. Hunter to explain and introduce himself.
G'day, everyone. Again, for the fourth one? Yeah, fourth one.
Fourth one total, yeah.
My name is Hunter. A lot of you already know me, but if you don't, I am a completionist streamer, and I do a lot of stuff with a bunch of other streamers. So, yeah, I've been working on some stuff, and just I'm here to have a good time and spend some time looking at what's on the table coming out new. It's going to be fun.
All right, let's kick it over to Mr. Whip for an introduction.
Hello, lads and laddises. I'm Sir Whip. I stream old school RuneScape.
Nice.
And that's about it. Also looking forward to the games today.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Bread, an introduction for me, please.
Hey, everybody. First time in one of these. I'm Existential Bread. I am the purple burglar on your screen. I'm a variety streamer, streaming Alice Madness Returns right now. It's a creepy Wonderland thing. So yeah, that's about it. Happy to be here.
Nice, thanks. Yeah, I posted hosts in chat. You can get links to everybody who is co-hosting today's channel. Definitely go and give them a follow if you're not following already. So a brief introduction of what this showcase typically is for people who aren't aware. This is Tribeca, who also does the film festival that's like very artsy fartsy and like high class and everything, that cover a lot of like Oscar winners and Oscar nominees and all of those kinds of things. And they put together a showcase for video games that they think are like very narrative driven and very like artsy and everything like that. And so that's kind of what we'll expect to see at this showcase. Lots of dev interviews and stuff as well, so it's not going to be like hype trailers or anything like that. It's going to be sitting down and like diving a little bit deeper into the narrative of some of these games. So on Tribeca's website, they have already kind of previewed some of the games that we'll be expecting to see today. So I'm going to run through a quick list that we can go through and cover. The first of which is being The Expanse, which is a Telltale series. So they previously did The Walking Dead as a Telltale series, and now they're picking up The Expanse, which is a really popular Amazon TV series that I have never watched. I don't know if any of you three have watched it before.
Negative.
But yeah, so I think we're all kind of going into this blind and actually going to be learning about more of the lore of The Expanse more than the game itself probably today with that. But do you guys have any history with any of the Telltale games at all? Any of the Walking Dead games?
I have only played the first episode of the first Walking Dead game. That's about it.
What kind of impression did that give you, Hunter? Did you enjoy it? Was it like really, really heavily narrative driven? Was there much gameplay there, or how did that play?
I was a teenager at the time, I think, and I just remember thinking this is a bit slow for what I like, but I think if I went back to it today, I would enjoy it more.
I see.
Than when I was younger and just wanted to shoot shit.
Gotcha. Yeah, I know they're very like well loved and everything. A lot of people like the Telltale games, so it's just unfortunate that I've never even watched a stream or watched any gameplay or anything of it. So very open to seeing what that looks like for us today. Anybody have any last things they want to say about The Expanse?
Not The Expanse. Seen a little bit of Wolf Among Us played.
Okay.
That was enough to like make me interested in Telltale, but too big of a backlog of games that I want to play. So
Gotcha.
Eventually.
Yeah. It can be tough sometimes with it.
The next one that I definitely want to make sure that we cover here, because I'm fairly sure that it's going to show up today, is Alan Wake 2. So we've seen trailers from quite a few of the events already. They're heavily pushing Alan Wake during Summer Game Fest. So very curious to see if we get more of an inclination of what that story looks like. We know we're going to be playing as two different characters that we can kind of flip-flop between. and they're dubbing it their first survival horror game, like proper survival horror game. So, does anybody have any history with the first Alan Wake or are aware of it or anything? I've played it.
Never
would say
played
that
it,
it's-
but I do love survival horror games.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
same here.
Yeah.
I would say it's a bit a weird position when like you know the game but you've never played it, but you're still excited for the sequel.
Right. Yep.
Because I haven't played it, but like I've heard really good things about it, so I'm excited to see that they're making a second one.
Right. Yeah. Same here. From the little bit of gameplay that we saw yesterday at Summer Game Fest proper, I'm very, very interested. It reminds me a lot of The Last of Us kind of gameplay, with the guns and like how like flashlights, all that kind of stuff. So very curious to see if when playing, I definitely plan on playing the first one to get caught up before we play the second one. But very curious to see if the narrative grabs me. I think I think it was Sortex that told me. He was like, I played through the first one. I had no idea what the fuck was going on with the story. So we'll see what's going on there.
Skill issue.
yeah, definitely.
Vortex having a skill issue? Who would have thought?
Next is a game that we saw at a PlayStation showcase years ago that we haven't, or at least I haven't seen for a long time, and that's Goodbye Volcano High, which is a story about a bunch of dinosaurs that are in high school with the knowledge that the world is about to end, like the apocalypse is coming. And it's very like story driven. I think it's point and click kind of adventure game. So don't really know what to expect from that at all. I don't think that that's my kind of game. I doubt it's anybody here's type of game, but I could be wrong. Any thoughts on it at all?
It kind of reminds me of like it's Life is Strange kind of game where it's like there's some like gimmick or prophecy or something, and like they just accept it.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I'm curious how many different endings or how many different storylines you could go down, because it's saying in here in the description that it's a choice-based cinematic adventure game about personal growth, acceptance, and the power of community. So, yeah, I wonder how many storylines you can actually like explore in that game.
Yeah, I wonder too. I wonder if it's gonna be or I don't know. You know those like games that came out recently, the one with like Brenda Song in it that Mondo played. I can't remember the name.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is it gonna be like that?
I think a little bit different than that. I don't think there's gonna be much like actual game. I think it's literally like you make choices in dialogue trees and see like you see like whatever plays out from that, and that's it. That's all the gameplay.
What I'd like to see from a game like this is like the end is always the same, but like the individual characters' endings can be different. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Like they know they're all gonna die, right? Dinosaurs, they get wiped out. But like it would be cool if like the end is always the same, but like where you are at the end is always different.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think that'd be an interesting take. All right. Next is I'm just gonna read off the names and the brief descriptions of each of these. Stop me if you have any comments on any of them, but I don't know anything about them, so I cannot give any educated like delivery of them. So I'll just read through them. The first of them is called Chance of Sonar. The peoples of the tower no longer speak to each other, but it is said that one day a traveler will find the wisdom to break down the walls and restore the balance. So it looks like it's an exploration game, and I really, really like, from the key art that I'm seeing here, I really love the art style. The next one is Despelote, and it says, run, pass, and dribble as 8-year-old Julian in this slice of life game all about football. Football being soccer in this case.
I was about to say.
not American football, what the rest of the world would call football. Next is a Highland song. So this is described as Moira McKinnon has never seen the sea. Living with her mum in a small house in the Scottish Highlands, she receives a letter from her uncle Hamish urging her to come to the coast. And so Moira runs away. That's interesting. I have no idea what to expect from gameplay or anything like that. Yeah.
I like the art of it. It kind of reminds me of like a coming of age kind of story kind of game. So that could be interesting. I see there's music notes in the image there, so maybe there's some musical aspect.
And with
Yeah.
it being called a Highland song, yeah, that's a good call there, Hunter. I wonder if there's something to do with maybe like rhythm based or something, maybe, or maybe something different.
would
What do you
hope.
think?
I kind of feel like there's not enough of the good
Yeah.
word that
I think we need
happens.
more games like Zelda with an instrument as like an item that you use throughout the world. I think
Oh,
we need
yeah,
more
yeah.
games like that.
After playing Hi-Fi Rush today or this year, I'm very open to seeing like what else devs can do with like rhythm based stuff, because like after like Metal Hellsinger that I played too, like you can do
Metal
some,
Hellsinger was awesome.
yeah, you can do some really interesting things with timing and everything with music. So yeah. All right, we got 2 more that we can preview, and that should lead us right into the spotlight here. The next one is Nightscape. When the sun mysteriously causes the stars to fall to Earth, rendering the sky completely dark, the world is thrown into chaos in this 2.5D atmospheric adventure game rooted in ancient Arabian stories. This sounds awesome to me.
Yeah, that sounds
Sounds
really cool.
Yeah, I really hope they show that. So there's no guarantee that any of these will show up, but I'm really hoping that if we do see anything that I don't know of, that's the one that I want to see.
Yeah, same here. 2.5D is kind of like that trigger word for me that excites me.
Oh yeah. The only thing that makes me worried is we've seen so many like 2.5Ds coming out lately that it's like the big hot, the hot button item, and so
Yeah.
I hope it's got it. From the art that we're seeing here, it looks like it's not pixelated, which makes me happy because it seems like every 2.5D thing we've seen lately is all pixelated. So yeah. What were we gonna say, Hunter? Sorry.
No, nothing. I was just umming and ahhing.
Sounds good. And the last one is called Stray Gods, the role-playing musical. So in a modern fantasy world, college dropout Grace is granted the power of a muse, power she'll need to find out the truth behind her predecessor's death before time runs out. No idea, but I'm open to seeing what it is.
I don't know how to interpret that.
Yeah, me either.
I've heard spin to win, but I've never heard sing to win. So could be interesting.
All right.
Whole new world.
Oh God. DMCA. All right, I'm going to transition us over to this view here. And we've got about 3 minutes here. If there's anything that anybody wants to say to fill in this time, or anything that we've talked about previously that you didn't get a chance to get a word in.
The only thing I got is thanks for having us, man. I'm really happy to be here. This is exciting.
No problem. It's always fun to have, like, I love having this rotating guest format where we can bring in like different streamers that have different interests for these different shows. Like it keeps things very like with heavy variety, and I love that. Like everybody's got different interests. I know Whip is very excited for Xbox coming up. I know Hunter wanted to jump on like all of these, so because he likes it seems like Hunter likes every kind of game.
Hunter's just a gamer.
I don't know what
dude.
rotation is.
Yeah.
So like, I'm just here. I exist.
Hunter likes games.
Yeah.
I love games.
Oh hell yeah. Me too. Me too.
Love getting through them all. It's very nice to seeing them put up on the shelf, and can be appreciated.
Yeah.
Done them.
And never played.
Right.
Never play again.
My one hesitation with this showcase or this spotlight spotlight is how in depth they're going to go with the developers and talking with them, because there's you can cross a line very quickly into like wanting to fall asleep during these if it's not like exciting enough. So I think having Alan Wake 2 in here is like a good sign that hopefully we can have some good like action and stuff to keep our brains moving and thinking without us feeling like we're gonna fall asleep. So goodbye Volcano High makes me a little worried.
We'll just pull up a video of some nice toasty buns being made in an oven.
Oh yeah, I'm sure Bread would love that.
What makes you think that?
ASMR for my eyeballs. That's what it is.
Dude, I don't know. Like I literally watch people bake bread on YouTube at
Do
least
you
like
really?
once a week.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
dude.
Dude,
I'm like
it's
heavy into the cooking
bread.
YouTube thing. It's like insane.
You've never seen it, Demo. Watching people bake bread is like one of the best things ever.
Yeah, I've never watched
Yeah.
it.
Satisfying.
I'm
Oh
just
my
I'm just
God,
now
it's so
realizing that
good.
wearing a green shirt against the green screen was probably a bad idea for today, because I am.
I was wondering how long it
floating
took you to figure out.
Let me see if I can change the filters on here like on the fly. Boom. Look at that. Master streamer. Production whiz here.
Damn.
I need all of your praise. Give me the claps in chat. Everybody give me claps and love. I love it.
The clap of my ass cheeks or like?
I mean, if you want to.
After the
Hey,
showcase.
Only if you have a baguette.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Did you know in RuneScape there's a rare item called the stale baguette?
There's the baguette.
City is back. And it's exciting.
Bread is everywhere.
It's a fantastic film
Bread is
festival
everywhere.
that really gets to the soul and the heart of downtown New York filmmaking.
Chat, if let me know if audio balance is okay. Tell me if I need to turn up or down anything. This is all like actors and movie people, which is not. a
Yeah, I
good
was gonna
sign for
say,
me.
why is like
Share our narratives now differently.
every
Okay.
time I see red carpet interviews, I always think they just like snorted
I was a kid,
3
I would play
kilos
video
of
games
coke
24/7.
going on.
Every time I wanted
Did
to
you
relax,
did you
every
see
time I
see
wanted
that
to
clip of that
step
woman
out
sitting
of the
there
world for
with
a bit.
headphones on? Like
She wasn't a real
She was
person.
holding a phone.
Yeah.
I want to be in an interactive adventure. I want to feel like I'm part of the story.
I am Julian Cordero, and my game is Despelote.
Oh yeah, there's the football game.
Goodbye, Volcano.
Nice.
Oh.
Oh, there is gameplay.
A Highland
Yeah.
song.
Oh,
That looks cool.
that looks cool too.
Yeah, a lot of good art.
Expanse.
Oh, this looks good. Too.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome to Tribeca Games.
No Alan Wake. Damn it.
Yeah, right. I'm okay with that.
Find the hell behind the house.
Oh hell yeah, they're starting strong.
I know every stone.
Nation's really good.
This girl's me playing Getting
After
Over It.
that hill, there's another. And then
Dude, the
another
music's
again.
awesome.
And after all that, then that's the sea. And I've
I
never
love
been
Scottish
there.
accents.
A Highland
Oh, yeah.
Song is a narrative adventure game set in the
Oh,
world
yeah.
of the Scottish Highlands.
Such an attractive
You
accent.
play as Moira McKinnon, a teenager on her way to the sea for the first time. But to get there, you're going to have to find your way through the wild mountains and the valleys. You'll have to survive the weather, and you'll learn a bit about the stories and the history of the Highlands on the way.
Inkle is
This
an
is cool.
independent game
This
studio.
is- yeah, I
based in
kinda
the
like
UK,
this.
And we specialize in narrative games, so we make games in all sorts of genres, but our main focus is on games that tell really strong stories.
Heaven's
Our most
Ball.
famous game is probably 80 Days, an adaptation of Jules Verne's classic novel.
The main hook of 80 Days is that you can go around the world any way you like. The way that Highland Song works is extremely
Wait, is this a
similar
different
to
game now?
80
Wait.
Days.
No, they were just
Starting
highlighting
from
the
one
previous games that they've done.
And you can choose all
Oh,
sorts
okay.
of different routes through the Highlands in order to reach your goal. But it also
Okay.
ends at
Choices
a
are good.
point because you're trying to reach the lighthouse where your Uncle Hamish lives by the sea.
Finding the right gameplay for a game like a Highland Song can be really difficult.
It's kind of what I was
Gameplay
saying
is
about
usually
like
built around
the end
loops
is the
and
same, but the
patterns,
journey you take to get
good
there is
narratives
different.
aren't
Mhm.
made out of
Earlier.
loops.
I
We
like
want to
this.
make sure that the character isn't doing anything
So
just for the sake of gameplay.
I'm gonna boil this down a
Everything
little
the
bit
character's
to my
doing has to
experience,
make
but
sense
like
within the narrative.
it's like Zelda Breath of the Wild
So
climbing
the
mountains
reason
and
that we
managing stamina.
essentially
The
created our
game,
very first
you know,
platform
with like a
is
completely
that it
different art
makes
style in
sense
2D.
for the character within this
Whoa,
scenario
whoa, whoa! They're
to
fighting
be
words right there.
jumping
This is clearly
around
Hollow
the
Knight
rock.
inspired.
Hey, there's music notes,
But
buddy.
it even has a
Yeah,
motion
yeah.
mechanic. So in many ways, it's the most gamey game that we've ever created.
Well, that's good to hear that it's a game.
Yeah.
You know, I'd hate if it was just a movie that we were watching, but
Wait, can she go down that gap?
If she falls
Oh.
too far.
ouch.
She can rest
Oh.
to recover her strength. She gets affected by weather and affected by nighttime and affected by cold. A lot of our
This is
mechanics are
really
built
cool.
around the tension
Yeah, these are
between
I like it.
She's
knowing
going
who
on
you
a
are and being
She's going on a
lost.
journey, but
We
like,
have
how
a map
far is this
mechanic,
journey?
which is all
Jesus.
about that.
Right.
It's about finding little
Oh, there it
pockets
is.
I want to
of
see a
knowledge,
speed run of
learning
this
the
game.
names of peaks,
Yeah.
understanding
12
the
minutes.
history of the peaks to help
think
you
so?
find
12
your way
seconds.
I don't know. It's always like one or the other. They could be
Yeah.
really large or too
Technical,
large, or
we've
just
always loved
if you blitz through it and play the game wrong, it's over in 12 minutes.
We love how expressive it can be, especially for characters. Even when
The art style
kind
is
of reminds
beautiful.
me.
still had 2D characters.
This reminds me of
because
like the
we
expression
loved the
Celeste gives
overall effect.
with its game.
Mm-hmm.
Like this game looks like it's very expressive with its animations and everything. And
I
music.
grew up in Scotland. When I was a teenager, I went up into the Scottish Highlands with 3 friends, and we got lost.
Sortex
And
says,
we
I don't know, it
stumbled
looks like
through
it'll be a
rivers and
Souls-like.
bogs. It was
Yeah.
quite a chilling, scary
Sortex, I will send
experience.
you to Jesus.
My parents are art historians, and there was always one painting in particular that they had that I used to love as a child. It had a little ruined castle by a loch and these Scots pine trees and this golden brown color palette that was just
Love
so
how people can just make
characteristic
things
of
from
the
something so
region.
simple
And
as
so
this
going
painting.
for
Yeah.
a
Like he's made this
brutally
entire, well, not just him, but
aesthetic
they've
is a way
based
to
this
capture
game
that.
around
The more
that
modern
painting and
take on that
experiences.
is the digital paintings of concept artists such as Paul Scott Canavan, who we worked with on this
Neat.
project. And he
I mean, this
came up
guy's
with
like,
this
look at the
really
brown in this
beautiful way
painting.
of
I made a game about it.
painting rocks and trees and grass and then assembling
I see.
them as a huge collage, but then all built up so that the overall effect is of a painting coming to life.
It really is a
With
pretty
Player
game.
Highlands,
Yeah.
I really want them to come away with a strong sense of the place, the Highlands themselves. There's this tension in that place between being full of story and history and the marks left behind by people, whether that's ruined farmhouses or whether that's just the names attached to the various peaks and the stories behind those names, which often go back a very, very long way indeed.
Oh, whoa, that was a
First, when
trippy.
conceived of the game,
The layers.
tried
I
to
wanna see a
figure
horror
out
game like this.
what games we did
Honestly.
as a studio before.
This
what
game
games
reminds
were
me of
out
how
there,
they
and
used
I
to
just
make
tried
Disney
to
films with like the
imagine
different
what do
layers.
I want
Yeah.
on my Switch for me to
Like,
play right now.
I
And
like it.
Pretty much a Highland song.
'Cause
as
it's-
the way it looks and
and
feels.
it's
popped into
2D,
my head, and I feel
2.5D,
proud
right?
of
But
what
like,
we've created.
it's not pixel and it looks nice.
Yeah.
As much as I know Bread hates that term as well, as I hate Souls likes.
Did I
Ah,
miss
here we
anything
go.
about the music?
They didn't really talk about it.
I think we might have talked over it.
Co-op is
They
a game
because like it
studio,
looked like
that's based
when you were getting
originally
the
in
music notes,
Montreal,
it was
but is
something
now
like timing
remote
based or
worldwide.
something.
Okay.
It is a cooperative.
Basically, that means that we make all major decisions together. We decide whether we want to work 4 days or 5 days. Spoiler alert, we decided to do 4 days a long time ago.
We present concepts when we are starting to
Okay.
Yeah.
also on what we think.
Fucking rub it in.
Hey, just so you all know as well, the game's gonna be delayed.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
We got about
It was
52
really
more
important
days
for
we
us
need
to
to
feel
do.
like this
How
was
long
a
did it take you to
different
work on the
space
game?
for
A year.
us to the voices behind
We had a
the
choice to
game.
do
Think about
less.
this for a second.
Are the makers of some charming, fun games like Winding World.
Hey, I mean, if you can work for
and
4 days, go
the
for it, but
upcoming
like,
Goodbye Volcano High.
Goodbye Volcano High is a cinematic
Yeah, as long as
visual
it's in your
novel
budget, you know?
about dinosaurs in their final year of high school. At the start of the year, they find out that a meteor is coming. And the game is about asking yourself, what would you do if you had 1 year left? Who would you be? Who would you want to love?
I like the environment art, but I don't like the character art.
I don't think
Why?
this
What's wrong?
is a
I don't know why.
voting type situation.
This game is gonna
I
go
mean,
into
it
the
does
hands
kind
of
of
some
sound
community that
biased.
I'm not gonna name, and they're gonna love it. I think.
Oh yeah.
And do horrible things to it.
Yep.
I can tell you what I don't like about the character models. Is that some have like just
Too much clothes.
little.
We chose dinosaurs for Goodbye Volcano High for
Some have just like long appendages
Originally,
that
when
just
we
go
presented
off
the
them.
game to
So
everyone,
it's
Oh.
kind of
it was
weird.
meant to be a dating sim because like,
And
at the time,
no,
this
not
was
too much
kind of
clothes.
the hot
It was supposed to be a dating sim.
was dating sims, and then we were like, hold up, here's the hook. It's a dating sim with dinosaurs at the end of the world. As soon as you
Oh,
start
boy.
talking about it,
I'm in.
Damn, man.
Unsure what's gonna happen.
You caught me a dinosaur.
What's gonna happen?
And that was really important to us because we wanted to make something that could tap into.
Sorry, you caught me at end of
anxiety
the
our current
end of their
times.
year.
And dinosaurs was a really great way to create that metaphor instantly.
I know.
As it went on and we became kind of more ambitious and more interested in making what we actually like, we were like, what if it's an anime and we tell a story that isn't necessarily so focused on dating, but really goes deep into the emotional aspects.
Nice. The red was the edgy
world.
guy. You can tell he was
So,
smoking,
smoking a cigarette.
Yeah.
To most people,
The
so
blue one's
it's
the
really
sad
that
one.
hard to hone in
I
on.
don't care if it comes. I hope it
It's
kills
really
us all.
High School to me is all about that sweet, sweet balance of doom and hope. Hope for the better future, hope for the dreams we chase and the ambitions.
I think
we
it's got
strive
like
for.
rhythm
Those are things that
stuff
can
in
feel
it too.
impossible to cling
I remember
to,
seeing
especially
like
with something
a
that
UI
can't
that
stop
had
and
some
feels
rhythm
inevitable,
based
like
stuff,
a
and I think they're like in a
giant meteor hitting
band,
you.
so that makes
And
sense.
communities all across the continent reacted to the news of a previously unknown space object this morning.
Like this one here, their head just like
So,
extends down to
how do
their
you deal
feet.
with that?
Yeah.
I
It
don't know
starts off
why.
very joking. They're
I
kind
get
of
it's meant to be like
making
hair, but like they're
gallows
dinosaurs.
humor
Mm.
jokes.
In light of the whole space rock potential demise of civilization thing, my chosen theme feels off.
You know what would have been
What's the
hilarious
theme?
if they made this
Using
game
this
only
here
have
to,
dinosaur noises, but English subtext.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Some double down on their ambitions.
Just like the Jurassic Park T-Rex, like
Others
Yeah.
savor what time they have left, regardless of
Genius.
That would hook
We can
me. I would
still
play
win
the game
Battle
if
of
they
the
had that
Bands,
like dialogue
asteroid
option.
or
Yeah.
not.
The
Hey, mod
player
makers, get
character
on it.
essentially
Yeah.
ends up being you end up playing.
Oh, their
as
band would. Oh, that'd be
Fang.
amazing.
Why'd they name a guy Derek, man? Like you can name him anything. You name the dinosaur
Dino Rick.
Derek.
What missed opportunity?
For real.
That's
Yeah,
Oh, they all
Dino
should have
Rick,
been
yeah.
dinosaur related.
They should have.
Music is really important in Goodbye Volcano High.
Velociraptor.
And I would actually say music is really important to our studio and all of our games. It's core to our DNA.
Yes, it's
Music
got
is
some
central
rhythm-based
to the
stuff.
identity of the people who make
Can't wait
the
to
game,
fuck that
and
up,
so
dude.
it
I'm
is
so
central
bad
to
at
the
rhythm.
the game itself and the characters within it.
There's no performance in this game that is
Tyrannosaurus
separate
Ted.
from the narrative. It is essentially the same as having a
Oedipus
scene
Rex.
dialogue. But you're
Oh, this is a very artsy game.
I
This
don't
is
mind
type-
rhythm games, but like this is like looks easier than the easiest Osu game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is you gotta eat probably like 3 to 4 grams of mushrooms to play this game to really enjoy it. I think.
enough for their feature as a musician, and then
And that's
realize
with
that they
the
did not
Dino voice mod.
Yeah.
those kind of flashing in their brain for the music they're creating and singing.
I think what they want to do in terms of telling a story is like really cool, but I think they've taken like too many themes and tried to mix them together too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I do believe that there
I
are
think
games
every
out there
person
that are
should
like
be
too niche, where you're opening yourself up to only having such a small size audience.
I think
They
that
exist.
Tell me,
really encourages people
you
to
haven't been
be
looking forward
brave.
to a dating
It is a brave thing,
sim
and
dinosaur
love
into the
each other,
world
be there for
rhythm
each
game?
other.
Anime.
Even when it's
Anime
There's only
dinosaur
one-
rhythm game?
happen.
There's only one dating sim I want to play, and that's KFC Love Me Please.
I don't know. The edgy guys got me hot and
The
bothered.
red one.
Ooh, I love the color
This
palette.
looks cool. Yeah, I like.
Oh,
I like how
dude,
it's like
did you see that? All the characters and everything. The language.
Bonjour, je suis Julien.
Bonjour, je suis Thomas.
no.
Nous sommes les cofondateurs de Run-Disc.
Remind me of,
Nous sommes ici pour parler
Tunic.
de Chants of Scénar.
Yeah.
Avec Chant of Scénar, nous avons voulu
Sorry, I
proposer
cut
une
you off,
aventure
Hunter.
originale
This is
basée
sick.
sur le
Ah,
mythe
you're
de
fine,
Babel.
you're
On a essayé de vous plonger dans la peau d'un voyageur qui débarquerait dans un pays complètement inconnu.
So we started with a
Tout au long de
dating
son
sim.
ascension, le joueur va rencontrer 6
Yeah.
peuples différents. Chaque peuple a ses propres
Dude,
coutumes,
look how
sa propre
funky they
histoire
look.
et
I
évidemment
love
sa
it.
propre
Yeah.
Yeah.
Comme chacun
Yeah.
de ces parle des langues différentes, ça fait des
Multiple
Oh, they do have their
languages,
own
language.
Hunter.
Du jeu et
Yeah.
l'aventure va consister à comprendre les
Hells
raisons de
yeah.
cette division et peut-être
I
essayer
like
de
this a
rétablir
lot.
l'harmonie dans la tour.
It's they said it was like the Tower of Babel story.
Oh hells yeah, that's one of my
Compris qu'on voulait
favorite
travailler sur
stories.
une langue. On a eu cette idée de s'inspirer de la tour de Babel parce que c'est un mythe qui est très puissant, qui parle des hommes qui essayaient d'atteindre le ciel en construisant une gigantesque tour. Et ça a déplu aux dieux qui ont décidé de les frapper d'une malédiction en leur faisant tous parler une langue différente.
Oh,
Ce qui est important et original dans le jeu, c'est que les langues
Although if
sont
it is the
opposées
Tower of
ensemble.
Babel,
Pour
it's
nous,
just weird
un
why
mot,
they
c'est
have.
pareil qu'un levier, une porte, une clé. On comprend des langues en résolvant des puzzles.
Oh, so you
Elles
have to
ouvrent
figure
des
out
zones
the
nous permettent
language
de
throughout
comprendre
the
des
game. It's
Yeah.
not just a bonus thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
That's
Neat
that's
concept.
that's the entire gameplay is figuring out the languages. Yeah.
Oh, hells yeah.
Sonar est avant tout un jeu
Who are
d'aventure.
you?
Au-delà de
That says who
l'aspect
are you.
puzzle,
Got it.
le joueur devra explorer l'environnement, interagir avec différents personnages et participer à des scènes d'action et d'infiltration.
Donc on a eu cette
Now,
idée
this
de
game with
créer
the
un héros
dragon
qui serait,
sounds for the word
plus un
would be
traducteur,
amazing.
un diplomate, un scientifique
Dinosaur
quelque part,
sounds.
et qui soit dans cette démarche de réconciliation. Le personnage
They
lui-même
all
n'est pas un
speak
personnage
different
violent,
dinosaur
c'est un personnage fort,
dialects.
c'est un guerrier. Il va s'en sortir, il va trouver des clés autrement que par la violence. C'était important pour nous de montrer ça, puisque quelque part, si on essaie de montrer dans le jeu, si on essaie de dire dans le jeu, c'est que la violence n'est pas forcément le moyen de tout résoudre.
A cat.
Extra points for
Les inspirations artistiques du jeu,
interacting
elles
with
se
cats.
trouvent principalement dans la bande dessinée européenne des années 70-80, puis plus tard, on a élargi les
The
inspirations.
only thing I
On a
don't like about this
brutalisme,
game is that like
l'architecture mauresque,
I would not be able to
l'architecture
give this to
indienne,
my
et c'est ce qui nous a
kid
permis
and
de créer
he
ce monde
play
un peu
it.
pluriel.
You know what I mean? I know there's a lot of games like that, but like
Sonar est
this
une
kind
invitation
of
au
color
voyage,
palette
à
and
la
the way it
tolérance
looks,
et à l'ouverture sur les autres.
it looks like something I would,
Ordinaire, les
if
langues
I didn't know
étrangères
anything
sont
about
des
games,
parents,
I'd
d'ailleurs,
buy it
ça
for my
compare
kid
pas
and
rien
then
de
give
la
it to him
Mais
and
dans
like be
Chance au
like,
scénar, ce contexte est voie
wait,
déplacé,
kid.
puisque les langues, ils sont à la fois
Yeah.
l'obstacle et la solution.
Yeah, a little
J'espère que vous aurez du
advanced.
plaisir à découvrir la tour, à résoudre ses
What I
mystères et
hope
à
this
nous aider à
game
réunifier
doesn't
ses
do, I hope it doesn't tell you when you get a word right. I hope it just like
Oh, it keeps you
lets you
questioning.
write it in. Yeah, it like lets you write it in, and then you come across someone who uses the word and it just doesn't seem to mix well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that makes sense.
I want that.
Nightscape is a 2.5D atmospheric adventure game where
Dear.
an ancient Arabian night sky loses its light.
You play as Layla, who is an astronomer who just loves to look at the night sky.
Which reminds
As
me of
Layla,
Milan.
players wield a magical astrolabe, restoring stars back to
Whoa.
constellations in order to seek a path home. A key stellar cast member is the Goat Kid constellation.
Oh, God.
The Goat Kid decides to accompany Layla.
Is that her Mushu or what?
These days, people do not know much
It's a
about
Mushu. Yeah, yeah. This is
Yeah.
especially
There's
Arabic
Simba.
constellations.
Okay, I see what's going
From the
on.
Western or the Greek constellations. And so we've had a big research task finding out what those constellations mean, what the backstories are, and finding out how we can turn those ideas into gameplay elements.
The importance of the sky is having this sky-ground connection. Having Layla use the
That's neat.
constellations' abilities to solve puzzles
Oh,
and with Layla in
cool.
defeating
Different.
enemies.
The game being 2.5D, you can actually walk into the screen.
Oh,
There's a lot there
cool.
that allow them to make the game very cinematic.
Mhm.
This is a brand new experience for me,
Yeah, they're
building a
just 3D
team
then?
from the ground up. We found an amazing level designer in Nabil and
Is
a
that not just
coder
3D?
in Idris. And very recently we found a technical artist
No
in
comment.
Zaki, and those three
It's
No,
like-
it's like
powerhouse in the
almost
studio.
there though.
It's very
And,
like
I think it's
segmented.
really
It's like
genuinely
planes,
amazing that we found those guys
like varying
who are willing
planes.
to work with us in
I would just say it's a mix
I
of
was
2D,
very
3D.
unsure
I don't
about
see
the amount of
pricing
talent making
2.5.
video games in the Middle East, and I think we got super lucky finding the team that we did.
For me, it all
They're about to
starts with a
smoke some
story and
ayahuasca
pictures
and
that
have a camp out
triggers
there.
my imagination.
See their own goats.
Triggered immediately some music in my mind. Beautiful Middle Eastern melodies to take them in, the makams, to combine them with harmonies, Western influences as well, that it comes
Do you guys
together
like
as a blend.
star constellations and that? Do you
In my
like
mind, designing sound is a bit like playing with
Northern
clay,
Hemisphere ones?
like trying to
No.
model this clay,
Yeah, a
this
bit.
sound, manipulate.
I don't know much at all about it.
For example, the
Camp a lot.
hookshot
I was always
is
taught to
mostly
know
made by
how
a
to
tree branch,
recognize where I am based
the
on the
footstep
stars.
of a scorpion
Mm.
walking,
So like,
which is a mix of
it's just simple
knives,
coordinate
stones.
orientation.
The voice
in
of the scorpion is
itself
my
is,
voice,
like,
actually.
something I always wanted.
And then overly processed.
I don't know if
When
this
the
game
scorpion
needs
attack, when
combat.
the scorpion die,
Yeah.
it's my voice.
We're trying really hard to make
I
the
think
game
it
feel
could
magical.
be cool with combat, but
Particularly
like
the
combat
parts
came from the
where
stars
the
above,
player
not
is
like
trying to
you.
figure out the puzzles.
It could be just like escaping. Because even Journey had a little bit of that.
Mm.
Where
Yeah, I
my
guess.
hometown had about zero pollution, so looking at the stars was one of my hobbies, which is why Nightscape appealed to me a lot.
I also love this game.
There's about 65 million people in the MENA region who play games, and there's a very, very sparse amount of content being developed from within. We want to push that boundary, and we
I love
want
how
to
you see
create
like
fun
the
and meaningful
cosmos back
games
there, but
with
there's only
the
the
Middle
specific
East in
stars that
mind,
matter.
utilizing its culture and
Yeah.
rich traditions and history
These stars matter
to
more
really
than the rest of those
inspire
over there.
ideas for games going forward. And ultimately build a bridge towards understanding the Middle East better.
Yeah.
It's not a bad looking game.
No.
As a
yeah.
Middle Eastern guy, I don't think I'll play it.
No.
It's neat. I think it's a unique idea, and I think that's all it is.
Mm.
I feel like it's a good like 5-hour experience.
Yeah,
That's fair.
I'm imagining most of these games are very short.
Oh, is that the stream? Was that?
Here too.
What is it?
Oh, it's gone.
Yeah, I think it was the share screen thing.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, like just short little feedback.
The games industry is always absolutely convinced that we can
That was a
only
very
be
nice
this
universe.
and this only until someone comes along and proves them wrong.
Stray Gods is a role-playing musical
I don't know
where
about
you
that.
control the song. You play as Grace, a college dropout who's not quite sure what to do with her life.
A woman living in the modern world who encounters
It's an alarmed
the
look.
the Greek muses,
Calliope?
Oh,
who dies in her arms, passes on her powers,
What the fuck?
and Grace discovers that the Greek gods
Happens
are
to
alive
pass
and
on her
well.
powers. Especially that one about healing wounds.
We think
Fatal
Stray
wounds.
Gods kind of appeals beyond just fans of video games. It's a really unique story and a unique experience.
There are so
Oh,
many
yeah.
elements that go into this game to make it special that you can attach to any
So
one
wait,
of
this
them
these
and
are
have an
like Greek
incredible
gods, but it's
Stray Gods is what we call
also
a role-playing musical.
a
It's not really
role-playing
genre that's
musical
ever existed
game.
Before.
You say you didn't
What?
kill Calliope. You have 1 week to prove it.
Like that was Athena, right?
What do I do?
That's what I'm taking from it.
It's a game with branching musical numbers where the key decisions in the
Like
story are made
Calliope.
in musical numbers that change depending on
Calliope.
the choices.
Calliope was
I know in Greek mythology.
Hades'
The
wife.
way that we tackle music is one that people have never seen before.
Boarding multiple branching
Ooh, we
paths
like
that should
flowcharts.
link
Was
up
it?
to each other. There's a lot of
I think so.
considerations to factor in.
The only
It's
Calliope
very
I know in Greek
complicated, but it
mythology is
feels very
Kratos'
worth it in
daughter
the
from
end.
God of War.
We got to work with some of the best.
I just hope there's like
most
a lot of
talented voice actors in the
dynamic
world.
choices. I saw the like 3 cards of different music styles, but is it
Yeah.
really just
You asked.
keep clicking the metal one and sound metal, or
Right.
more?
David Gator, Troy Baker has been nuts.
At the end of the day, it came down to our composer, Austin. He works some kind of dark magic, and you get it all back, and you're like, don't know how you transformed that take into this, but it's absolutely amazing.
You'll have to see.
We have such incredibly complex,
So,
powerful characters in this game.
Do you get to
Every single
play the
character in
music, or
game
do you
has
just
the
pick it
potential
and
to
listen
be a
to it?
favorite.
I think you just
My
pick
favorite
it,
character is
like the
Eros.
style.
I really love Aphrodite. I think she is beautiful.
Oh no, that's too hard of a question.
My favorite character is, I think,
Someone was
Orpheus.
working remote.
My king, Orpheus.
Yeah.
He's my favorite. It used to be Hermes, but Orpheus.
I'm seeing some of
my
these
king,
characters
love.
and I'm
Look
like,
at me.
that,
Who do you think I am? I'm saying Medusa. I am the
that's
number
cool.
one Medusa fan.
That's
in the office.
Aphrodite?
I love Medusa and I love Persephone and I adore Freddie, but my favorite.
I reckon my favorite character is Freddy.
I'm really gonna go against the grain here. My favorite character is Freddy.
Oh yeah, that classic Greek god Freddy.
I thought I'd say something.
But my
Mercury.
favorite. Oh, yeah,
That's
I'll say
probably what the play is, right? Right?
They literally
Freddie
showed
Mercury.
it.
Like,
Yeah,
oh,
right.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
There is a level
I
of
feel
belief
hurt by
in the
the
studio in
how
the
they
themes
treated
of this
the
game
Greek
and the stories
gods. Oh
that
my
it's trying
god.
to tell, and the people it's trying to involve, and the people it's trying to talk to that I haven't seen on a lot of the games.
Is that a personal attack or something?
This superstar group of people. It is a Voltron of game development.
Early on, Liam made a conscious effort to make sure that everyone that we hired culturally fit, but also had a conscious effort to make sure that we weren't hiring the same kind of people.
Every single person who came onto this project brought something wholly and uniquely theirs.
It's one thing to be able to hire to have diverse voices. It's also another thing to make sure that those voices are heard. It's just important for us that everyone, one, feels safe enough to share their opinion, and two, diverse enough that many opinions are shared from all sorts of walks of life.
At the end of the day, gaming is about joy, and I really like being reminded that. Making
I thought he was gonna say, "I really like joy."
Me too.
Hey, Laura Bailey and Troy Baker is in this.
Yeah.
Which I mean,
Zach, I am dying. I am dying. It's okay. I'm dying on the inside. A little.
Huh. I don't think I'll
I like
play
the main
it, but
character
like,
at least.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, not for me.
Yeah.
I'll watch it, but like I'm not gonna play it.
And then for this game, I feel like I need to like read the book or watch the show before I play this. To like have context of this.
Exceptional intellectual property, and that it's
So
huge,
Calliope was
and
the
that
mother of
characters are
Orpheus
the
and
forefront
Linus.
of what they're focusing on.
What is so compelling about it
but
is
she's
that
not
it
like a
works
god or anything.
in several different mediums, right? I mean, we began with the books, and then I think what was so special about the television show was that it was almost like just another window of looking in at this same story.
So what's unique about the way that we tell stories is that we give our players agency over the character they're playing, which basically means that their
That dude
choices
does not look
shape
like
the
a
overall
CEO.
story. So they're actually
No.
living in the
Like
story
at
as
all.
opposed to just following
Hell
along.
yeah, I'm with that.
Gives me hope.
When you're adapting,
They have not yet,
television
Maggie.
property
No,
into a
we haven't
video
seen the
game
football
property,
game yet.
You have to think about what
Wait,
the
this
fan
guy's the
is
CEO?
expecting and when they're
No,
listening to.
the
This
dude with
takes
the long
place
hair.
Years before the first season, we're getting to
I was just
see
like reading the
world
rest of
through
Calliope's
Calliope's eyes.
thing.
She is a belter,
Read up,
somebody who's
remember
out in deep space and has grown up there, has never set foot on a planet. So her
Is this like the
perspective
first
is
Telltale
really
game that isn't cell shaded? I feel like they're always cell shaded.
That's a good call. Yeah, I think you're right.
I hope
Sounds don't not require the book slash back story.
especially
I
at the
reckon.
beginning of the video game.
Yeah, you could be
as
right on that Sortex.
a little bit more vulnerable and open and just see
That
the
CEO looks like he's about to give a 1-hour talk on why Rush is the greatest band of all time.
Only this time, no
That's
dogs to
great.
keep you on the leash, yeah?
Jamaican?
Punch him.
Awkward pause.
A really awesome character like Drummer deserves to have really interesting situations to be put in that fans have come to expect
What
from
the
the show.
fuck?
And now it's like
It's
they're
an
getting to
interesting
play an
situation.
episode of The Expanse, but in video game form.
Dude was like, "Hey, look at that."
Things like put zero G in the game.
Whoa.
We have to think about it from
Nausea.
what's a good interaction medium.
For
I
Vertigo.
did. My brain just does not
You
like
may have
that.
seen in the show slightly to make sure that it's something
What,
that
zero
you can
G?
rock immediately and that feels good on the sticks.
This is
but that
The
is also
Expanse, a
represented
Telltale
in the
series,
show.
Maggie.
Those characters have really complex issues that they're facing regularly. And in narrative games, we want to give players these gray areas to really think, is this the answer I wanted to choose,
Black
or do I
choices,
want to choose
punch,
this
ignore.
answer?
I mean,
and that
peace
they
equals
both
violence.
have their upsides and their downsides. And so The Expanse is perfect for that.
Drummer, his suit is punctured and losing pressure. You need to
Yeah, somebody acquired Telltale. I don't know who picked them up, but yeah, they did go bankrupt. Yeah.
Fuel, armaments. We can't afford to lose it.
I think it was Mondo.
It was a really interesting challenge.
Lose the
come at same
cargo, lose the
character
leg.
and
Yeah,
completely
it's either one or the other.
Tech9 is a video game studio. We are known for
He doesn't
our
need a leg,
narrative,
right?
Our characters and our motion capture technology.
It's a completely blank white room. You've got some tape on the floor,
Whoa.
maybe a few things made out of wire to show where a door frame might be or something like that. But otherwise, it's pure imagination.
I assume you didn't come here.
I was expecting those full body suits with the
Oh
like.
my god, this face.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
What is it this time, El Dorado? The Fountain of Youth? Let me guess. The Falcon Horde of Venus?
But why? Why is it so different to his actual
The
face?
UNN Urshanabi. Cap believes there's something valuable on board.
Something that we are really
I don't
excited
know.
for
I'm not-
people to
I'm not
experience.
a-
in
I'm
the
not a
Expanse
fan
Telltale
of
series
narrow
Is
jawlines.
the emotional performance
Like,
that
it
we're
just
getting
looks
from our
weird.
actors that comes
Why does
from
every game want to make
technology
everyone have narrow
and for our
jawlines,
animators
like
that
pointy
really
chins?
bring out the personality in these characters.
I work for you, but you don't.
That guy.
Look at this
There's
dude with like the widest
Yeah,
chin
there
in the
you go.
world. He's like the narrowest jawline. Like, why?
Crimson chin right there.
Just want to make sure you're not having second thoughts about our deal.
Oh, yeah.
Come on. We're equal partners. We pay the crew, the costs, and the overhead.
The rest is 50-50. You and me.
I mean, that's the
That
joy in the
motherfucker got a
beauty of
jaw,
like
dude.
this, is that
Damn.
Yeah.
play.
We're hoping that you form these
50%
bonds with these
jaw,
characters
50% man.
and that they are something that you carry with you after you're done playing the game and you're thinking about it later. That to me is always a testament of good storytelling is, am I thinking about it long after I experience
Could go chin to chin with Thanos.
I mean, this looks good, but like, I feel like I wouldn't want to play it unless I knew. Telltale has a habit of like not releasing the full game. It comes out in parts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Chapters.
Wait to see if it all comes out.
And I'm the lead developer and programmer in Despelote.
Here we go.
Despelote.
Despelote is a game about soccer, and it's a slice of life adventure game.
You said it was football in your fucking thing.
When Ecuador was really
He's saying it for the American audience.
To the World Cup for the first time. Everybody was incredibly excited.
He should say it for
about this
himself,
moment,
not
and
for
you
anyone
see
else.
It through the eyes of an 8-year-old kid kicking a ball around with your friends in the park.
Oh, yeah, this is what life looked like when I was 8 as well.
Whoa, this is a wild art style.
When I was growing up,
Yeah.
I played a lot.
Giving
of
me
soccer.
like Windows 98
Ecuador, the
flashbacks.
culture of soccer
Yeah.
is very big and
Maggie, you looking forward to this game?
the maze screensaver, like.
a lot of my best friends I made were through playing soccer. But then when I moved to the US, I wasn't really watching or playing soccer for a few years. That sort of made me like take a step back from it. I sort of like realized this and I was like, oh, like this had such a big role in my life. I wanted to make this game to sort of like figure out what it was that was really interesting about soccer growing up. When I started making the game, the first thing I focused on was this like relationship with the ball and like making the ball like this physical object that you're kicking around.
Whoa.
More than like creating
leg
like,
was
a
so
soccer
weird.
match, I knew that I wanted to just like your relationship with the ball and like how that sort
I
of
wish everybody else
to
talked about their
your
game like
environment.
this guy did.
Immediately
Yeah.
I was thinking, okay, what should it
Yeah.
look like? And
Is he
there was
the
this
only
artist and
dev on it?
musician,
I was just about to ask the
Sebastian,
same
everybody
thing.
work.
My name is
Awesome.
Sebastian Balbuena,
Oh,
and
no.
I am in charge of the
Well, this is
in
art and
Despelote.
music.
Yeah, you're right.
Includes 2D animation, 3D modeling.
I like that
and
the
also
dev
the
is
music.
talking about the
This
relationship
is
between
actually
things
the
and his
first
thought
video
processes.
game
And
I
not
have
like,
ever worked in.
this means
I
this
knew
and this means
the
this
game
and
was
you'll
gonna
see
be 3D
this.
because
Like,
I wanted the game to be like feel very physical and this like
telling us his
physical
creative
connection to the
amount. And I
ball.
like that more
We
than like
wanted to
every other
find a
game we've seen
graphic
so far.
style that could communicate emotions, and we found that the 2D hand-drawn animation was the best way to do that.
We developed like
Whew.
the art style sort of around like his
That
previous
leg is a
Streaming-
bit something
and
else
his
though.
style
Streaming
sort of
this, though,
feels very
the
nostalgic
bit rate
plus
is gonna
it
make
has
it
these,
look like
backgrounds with,
garbage.
very grainy and stuff.
Yeah.
That was
It's
very
just gonna be
important to have that
pixelated to
dynamic.
all
The
hell.
background being so noisy, the characters being so like hand drawn and like so clean.
I feel like it
As
wouldn't
soon as,
take
like, I was
much
like,
for
okay,
this
well,
to be a
what's
horror
the
game.
setting for this game? Like,
If you were to change it, I don't know. It
Yeah.
just has like an
Yeah,
ominous
I
look
just played
to
soccer,
it sometimes.
which
Yeah.
is in Quito. That's where the game.
Aurora,
It looks
welcome
like
in. How you doing?
Doom, but you're playing soccer.
For us to, like,
Yeah,
Yes.
it's like,
in a way
that's
that
so
was, like, very
true.
true to us. So we're using a lot of pictures.
Okay.
The buildings are all real buildings.
Hey,
Doom
Aurora.
remake we didn't know we wanted.
Some of the voices are from.
Is he
people
getting
that
paid
we knew.
royalties
We
for that-
wanted to
that melody?
have the same feeling that you get when you listen to people's conversation in the street. So that's why we went with the improvisation for the dialogue.
It's all improvised, really. We like approached a lot of friends and
That's
family
neat.
in Ecuador.
Interesting.
The parents are played by my own parents, so there's an interesting dynamic
Oh,
happening
cool.
there as you run around as a kid.
I like that.
The scene we said is
Really
in
cool.
It's
2001.
different.
Ecuador is
Mhm.
just coming out of this big economic crisis.
I'm sure it's improvised, but
And
I'm sure that they
there's
like
this idea of we can
found the
qualify
lines
for
that they
World
liked the
Cup, and
most
it's,
and
like, really
took out what they
exciting.
didn't like.
And
Yeah.
it's been great because
But,
I
like,
think it's bringing
it was
in a lot of
improvised,
this,
but it was
like,
sorted
communal
improvised.
understanding of the moment. So my parents aren't really big soccer people, but the excitement of qualifying to the World Cup was so big that even they were really excited about it.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I
Me as a
fucking
kid,
hated
I
this.
IRL.
Yes. Oh my
Capturing this moment in
god.
time was important because
Just for that, I'll
Standing in
buy
front
this
of the
game.
TV.
I will play this
Like, the
game
World Cup
just for
sort of
that.
meant, like, oh, Ecuador is a tiny little country, but all of a sudden we were like in the world stage and we were like playing against Italy.
Finally,
and,
someone
we were, like,
understands my pain.
in the big newspapers, and
Oh.
that felt like a really big thing. Pelota in Spanish means ball, and despelote is sort of a saying that people have. Is like esto está hecho un despelote, is like this is a mess. So it's sort of like a play on words, like ball and like mess. We're growing up with this idea of si se puede. Which is
They're talking about that in chat. I was wondering if they were going to bring up the
that
name
we
and what
can-
it
yeah,
means.
we can do it. si se puede and si se pudo. Like we can do it and we already did it.
Yeah.
Like that's
My
not
game
something
means
my
ball
parents
mess.
were able to like
Yeah.
cope with.
All right.
People like grasp onto it so much, and I
Kind of
think it,
ball
like,
and what kind of
really
mess?
Man, when I
gave a lot of
take too
people
long
so
to
much
shower,
hope.
I
And
end
think
up with
for
a ball
me,
mess
like,
as well.
that being like, one of my
Desamote?
earliest memories, it sort of made me grow up thinking like, oh yeah, like yes, we can. I hope that people really enjoy just running around in Quito. I think
It's a
we
POV game.
built it in a way that is based on a lot of our memories.
I actually
Rather
really
than
like
trying
the
to
look of the
recreate
game.
it directly one-to-one.
Like,
It's more of
despite
like a
the
fuzzy
weirdness
memory.
of the leg
and I hope
and
that
whatnot,
feels
Mhm.
very like
and the
transportive
bit rate
for
of the
people,
backgrounds and everything,
and
I
they
think
can
it's
experience
a fun
what
looking game.
Yeah.
this moment in time
Yeah.
in Ecuador.
I think to Demo's point
And
though, like
how I
it's
felt
that'd be
that
tough to
time.
stream. It was something you can enjoy on the side.
Yeah.
What they could do is they could do what Obra Dinn did, which was give you different options for like what colors
Zach.
are in the background.
Oh shit,
like-
that's it. Wow, that cut off
Oh.
quickly.
Wow.
That went
Okay.
a lot shorter than I thought too. It was only 40 minutes, so I thought it was going to be an hour. All right.
So no
Almost.
Alan Wake.
No, yeah, no Alan Wake, unfortunately. But hey,
I mean, we saw a good amount of it.
yeah, I think my overall take from this is these are all games that I wouldn't necessarily stream, but I might like pick up and play on the side as like a personal game, just to run through for a few hours and like decompress or something, you know?
Yeah,
That's fair.
But
I did like the showcase though. I think they started with the best one and ended with the second best one. I would say.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, I agree with that.
I mean, I like the girl running across the countryside of Scotland to get to the ocean.
Mhm.
And I like that game we just saw then. Everything in between was okay. Hit or misses.
That Tower of Babel one, I'm gonna check out. 100%.
Oh, that was like halfway through, so they had a good start, middle, and end.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything between those.
I think the Tower of Babel one is the only one that I would consider streaming.
Yeah.
Like I think that
agree.
one really piqued my interest.
I would do the running to the sea one.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I would do that one.
Yeah. Overall, it was kind of what I expected. Very narrative, artsy, you know, talking to devs, all that kind of stuff. They kind of followed through with that. So I'm glad that we kind of called that. It's good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't,
Volcano
unfortunately.
High was the win.
What's that?
I was telling Zach that Volcano High was the highlight.
Oh yeah, you think so?
Oh, you love that one.
That's what I'm looking forward to. I can't wait for somebody to mod that in. We got to get that going. If somebody needs funding, hit me up. I'll try and do my best.
Funding, you say? No,
I only work 4 days a week though, so it might take a little while.
Oh yeah, right, yeah. they get funding and they're like, all right, so we're gonna drop down to like 1 day a week.
Without all that dev talk, I feel like this would have been like 10 minutes long.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. And I think that's a function of how short all these games are, is they don't want to show too much of it because then you show the whole game, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The one with the stars, that were kind of like going into like areas and showing things that like they showed themselves running away from a scorpion or something, and like you see it get crushed. It's like, well, now I know I'm not going to die by that biggest scorpion because I know it's going to get killed by a door.
Right.
Yeah, I don't like when
I
they
mean,
show
you might
too much.
forget it before now and then, but like, yeah, it's a little too much.
Yeah.
They might change it.
True.
Could.
Yeah.
It could.
Maybe.
Turn
But
into
I
a spider.
think mystery is the best thing for any media.
Yeah.
The mystery of what could be.
Yeah, give intrigue and have your audience ask questions about it before they jump into it, right?
Exactly, like what color socks Demo's wearing today. We'll
Oh,
never
can
know.
you get it right?
I'm gonna say black.
And
Fuck, man.
Red.
Blue.
Nope. Hunter?
Black and white.
Nope. Black and gray.
Bro, that's just white that's been faded out from washing. Fuck you.
No, it's intentionally gray.
Oh, yeah.
You guessed it right. You won his socks.
Yeah, I know, right? I would have mailed you my socks.
Maybe next time.
Hells yeah. I'll sniff the hell out of those. Hells yeah.
Dude, I haven't like worn socks in probably like a year and a half. Not even joking.
Really?
Yeah, dude, I just
Oh,
don't wear
man.
socks.
Hey, Salsa, what's up?
I'm actually in that same boat with you, Whip. Since I stopped working a year ago, I've
Mhm.
only worn shoes when I'm going out for special events
Oh,
or the
yeah.
shops. And depending.
Yeah, but like even with the shoes, bro, no socks. I'm like rocking the no sock shoe life.
Oh damn.
I'm okay with that.
But you live in Louisiana, so I think that kind of makes sense. Like, you don't have to deal with, like, up here we get snow. And so I
Yeah,
have
true.
To, I have to wear solid
You just get
shoes and
swamp
socks.
ass, but on your feet.
Right,
So.
yeah. All right.
Whip's feet smell like yummy yum.
Dude, they smell like shit at the end of the day. Dude, if I'm wearing shoes all day, it's bad, dude.
Yeah.
It's straight to the shower. Shoes are going outside.
Oh,
you got your own personal scratching scrubber for your feet. Could get all the
Dude,
smell off.
I need like a power washer or something.
Oh, Jesus. Salsa, you missed it all. We're actually in the post-show discussion, so thanks for coming in late. All right. Be better.
Sucks to
Yeah,
suck,
way to go. Way to go.
But yeah, any last minute thoughts on any of the games that we saw? Any discussions that you want to have around that?
Yes,
Nah, you're all good, Salsa.
Sounds like a
skill issue
to me.
Almost timing. I'd say, honestly, unfortunately, nothing amazed me. There's some good looking stuff.
Mhm.
I think we agreed on the same games that were interesting and playable, streamer on stream or off stream, but
Mhm.
I feel like there's so many amazing indie games out there. I was
Yeah.
hoping for some gold, and I don't think I saw it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one
I
had
think-
me very interested in the Tower of Babel game, and that's the only one that I'm gonna actually like legitimately try out. So, yeah.
I think there were some cool concepts, but I think some of the best indie games we've seen, like smaller games, we've seen in the other events.
Mhm.
So
yeah, that's true.
All right.
Yeah, but by the time these games release, there could probably be more to it.
Right. Yeah.
Very true.
All right. Well, with that, we'll head into the shout-outs portion of the stream. Hunter, would you like to begin with any shout-outs or call-outs that you'd like to do for your stream?
I would like to say that if you weren't there for it yesterday, I did an interview. I really dropped the ball on it just because of a lot of things happening, and I apologize to Kiva and everyone who I feel like I didn't do my best on it. However, the next interview will be with the gentleman to my left here, Sir Whip.
Oh, nice. I didn't realize that was what you announced. It's awesome.
Yeah. So that'll be in 2 weeks. But I will say that my whole schedule might be a bit up in the air with recent events. So
okay,
I will keep everyone posted in my own Discord and Twitter and whatnot. So
okay,
if anything, I'll be more vocal about that sort of stuff. But yeah, no, I'm still gonna have fun with streams and games and keep moving forward.
Yeah, sounds good. All right, Mr. Whip, any shout outs you'd like to do for yourself?
Just shout out to all my lovely co-hosts and hosts here.
Hey,
Demo,
thanks,
thanks
Whip.
for having us on.
Yeah, of course.
Hunter, good to see you, I guess. And
guess.
Exception Bread.
Yes.
And I promise I'm coming back to streaming, okay? I promise. I know it's been like 2 weeks, but shit's finally starting to get settled, I hope. So, see you next week, maybe? I don't know. We'll see.
Sounds good. All right.
You better be back soon, or else Mr. Mallow is gonna get you.
Oh no! Watch out for that
no.
knife, Whip.
Oh God!
Don't let it get you.
Greenscape.
All right, Bread. How about yourself?
Yeah. Free breadsticks. You guys want to
Wait.
hang out with me? Yeah, we do free breadsticks every
If I come to the stream, I get free
Unlimited
breadsticks.
refills.
Holy shit!
It's
Everybody
like an Oprah
needs.
situation. They're under your chair
Yeah.
as soon as you look at them. Yeah.
It's like Olive
Are you
Garden.
bribing
Just
me
like
because it's working?
No, I don't have much of a committed schedule,
Hey,
but it's
nothing wrong with
roughly
that.
Thursday, Sundays. I think tomorrow I'm gonna do some Phasmo with Mars and Maggie
Ooh.
and a bag lady.
Fun.
Ooh.
Looking forward to that. I've never played it.
Cool.
But yeah, just appreciate you, Demo, Whip, Hunter.
Yeah.
You guys. I know I just met Whip for like kind of the first time, but
Mhm.
It's always good stuff when I'm on your streams or a part of your events.
And you
So
guys
appreciate
you guys are more than welcome to come back for anything else we do. We've got the Game Awards later this year. We've got Summer Game Fest coming up again next year. I'm very much open to having as many people as we can, at least on the stream. So thank you all for joining me. Thank you for being here on time and having some good discussion points. I appreciate it. So, all right, with that, we will wrap up today. Tomorrow is an off day for me, but if you want to do any or want to catch any Summer Game Fest coverage, I know Rod's Caden is doing a lot of coverage tomorrow, so look out for that. I forget exactly which events are tomorrow. I don't have the schedule up in front of me, but I think there's 3 different ones.
The Wholesome one?
Yep. Wholesome Direct, Future Game Show, and OTK, Game Expo. That's the 3 of them.
Yeah.
So I might be able to join in with Rods on one of those, but I have to check my schedule, so we'll see. We'll see how that all is. But yeah, and then on Sunday, we've got Xbox stuff, so very much looking forward to that. I think that's going to be a pretty hype one. So I know Whip's looking forward to that one. So
very much.
Yeah. All right. With that, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Please, everybody, stick around for the raid. I will find somebody to raid here at the end. And yeah, that's all I got for you. Thanks, everybody. We love you.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, of course.
See you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.